Hey guys, welcome back to one of my tutorial videos. And today we're going to be talking about research speed and construction speed. Some guild members asked me, especially some new recruits, asked me what the best way is to get research and construction speed for faster growth for castles. So first we're going to talk about construction speed. So easiest way to get construction speeds, one of them is here in economy, the construction speed research. Mine's 10 out of 10, but when I started my castle, I actually stopped this at 8 out of 10 just because it takes too long. Even if you have a decent amount of research speed, it's going to take you months, especially at a lower level of castle with less development than my account here. But eventually you will have to max it out if you want to get tier 4 troops, just because you have to max out this entire tree except for gem harvesting 1. So stop at 10 out of, or 8 out of 10 is what I recommend there, and it does give you a good chunk of construction speed, 37% at level 8. So it is a good chunk. Next, an easy way, especially whenever I make new accounts, I go straight for heroes. I start working on Scarlet Bolt first. Wait, no, Scarlet Bolt second, because Sage of Storms also gives you construction speed, and you get him way before Scarlet Bolt. So he's easier to get up, and it takes a while to get him to gold. I recommend getting one of them to gold first because it gives you 20% rather than trying to stagger them both and keep them even. So take one to gold first, go for the second one after. You may have to increase their rank. I'm pretty sure you do have to increase their rank to max out that percentage. I think there's prerequisites for ranks, or of ranks for this. So just a little heads up there. Another way is gear. So Sentinel Circlet is probably, no, it is your best free-to-play gear item for construction speed. It gives a massive chunk, and they're not terribly too difficult to get to gold. Early in the game, you'll probably get them to blue very quickly, green almost instantly, depending on your guild gifts and how many resource chests you get, and how much you gather. I don't gather. I hate it. Sometimes I do it for KVK for easy points if I am too busy and I don't have time to look after my castle and drop my shield and fight. So that's the only time I gather. Gathering, you can get items or resources for this circlet for all three of them really fast with gathering. Just be careful of your troops and don't gather offline, because you'll lose your troops and it'll slow you down with gathering. Another good item for research is this Lumos Lance. It doesn't give a lot, but it is very easy to get to gold. You'll get it to gold before you'll get these circlets to gold. Ignore this. We'll talk about this item later. Another item for construction speed is the Griffin's Talon. Griffin's Talon is probably your second best free-to-play item for construction speed because it gives 11%. Also, that gold production rate's nice, right? Yeah, that's nice. So these 5 items are going to be your best bet for free-to-play, especially early on in gameplay. When you're just starting out and you need to build your first construction speed set, these will be your best bet here. That pretty much covers it for construction speed. Let's move on to research. So since we're already here at gear, we'll talk about research gear. So electric lance, and don't have anything for that, so we'll switch over to the lunar flutes. So lunar flutes are going to be your best free-to-play item. I don't know why the accessories are always so much better. Like, with everything, accessories add so much stats. I don't get it. But So the accessories, the lunar flutes, are going to be the best thing that you're going to get your hands on early in the game. You do need a hero or leader level of 40, but once you get there, these lunar flutes are going to be like awesome. So you can even start constructing these before you get to leader level 40, which I advise doing, because you can get 2 of these to blue and equip them, and by the time you get to leader level 40, you're going to have 2 of these accessory slots unlocked, which means you don't have to work on the 3rd one for a little while. Your next good item is probably going to be this cavalry mail, because it's easier to get to gold than the lunar flutes. So you'll get that to gold next. And then this electric lance, it's probably the least useful of these 5 items, just because it doesn't give a lot of it percentage. It just doesn't. That's why mine is still blue, because by the time I got it to blue, I didn't really need a lot of construction speed, because my castle is pretty much developed at that point. But I still say go for it, just because if you want an extra item, it is easy to increase, just because of the items that is required to upgrade it. It doesn't require like rare items for the most part. You might have a little trouble getting these lightning vials, but it's not that bad. I just didn't see the point in upgrading it whenever my construction speed is already like through the roof. So it's kind of pointless. Let's go look at that. So my construction speed is 200. Wait, I'm missing something. Oh, my construction speed with the gear on is like 300. It was just over 300%, which is pretty decent for free to play. And as you see, my research speed is 249%, which is really good for research speed. So yeah, try to get this set. Hero wise, Trickster is the only free to play hero that you're going to be able to get a decent amount of research speed with. There are a couple of others that you can get as free to play, like what is his name? The Watcher, I think. Yeah, Watcher. But as you see, he's really hard to get medals for. So this is going to be like end-game stuff, because the only way to get Watcher medals without paying for them is going to be through events like your daily events, or I'll show you. So your solo event, hell event, and the challenge event, which is usually a one-day thing. So those are really the only ways, and it's not always there. It pops up randomly. So there's also the annoyance of trying to complete those at rank 3, and then there's also the irritation of having to constantly check these every few hours every day. It is very frustrating, very annoying. So that's why I only have 3 medals for Watcher, just because it's irritating. And he does add a lot, but it doesn't add a ton. And to get Watcher to gold without spending money, you're going to need like 350 medals at least, because every time you upgrade him, he's going to need more medals. So I've done the math on it before. I can't remember how much it is, but it's at least 300 medals. And when you're only getting 3 per reward, like, it's difficult. I don't think it's worth it. I just stick with, don't get your hopes up, and stick with Trickster. I don't even know why I mentioned Watcher, because he's a pain in the butt. But other than that, Academy. You upgrade your Academy. When you max it out, it gives you 30%. So this will be more useful when you're at endgame, trying to get your tier 4, because that you're not going to get your Academy to 25 without getting a 25 castle. And I think Workshop is one of those prerequisites for that building, and then a couple of these other resource buildings and some other stuff. So if I remember right, you also you also have to have your prison maxed out. You have to have your altar maxed out, and your battle hall too. Like it's a pain. So I actually cover gem farming for those buildings on another video. So make sure you check out my other videos that I have uploaded, because those will be very beneficial for you, especially if you're new. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, talents. Oh boy, the talents. Okay, so talents, once you get a decent amount of talent points, you're going to want to go through your tree and max out your construction speed and research, all of it. I think there's only 2 sets of construction and research speeds. Yeah, so once you get those maxed out, then you can come all the way down here, and whether you're hypering or however you want to balance your resources, your resource production, you can use these 50s down here, because they stack all the way up to 50 points, so you get a lot more percents with these. But as you're progressing down to here, I would max out the construction and research speeds as you go, because you're going to need those. You're going to need those a lot. So that pretty much covers construction and research speed early on in gameplay. I hope you learned something today. Check out my other videos, as they will highly benefit you. And thanks for watching. Peace out.